הללו את אדוני מן השמיים, הללו במרומים, הללו כל מלאכיו, הללו כל צבאיו, הללו שמש וירח, הללו כל כוכבי אור, הללו שמי השמיים והמים אשר מעל השמיים. יהללו את שם אדוני כי הוא ציווה ונבראו, ויעמידם לעד לעולם, חוק נתן ולא יבוא. יהללו את שם אדוני כי הוא ציווה ונבראו, ויעמידם לעד לעולם, השמיים, הללו במרומים, הללו כל מלאכיו, הללו כל צבאיו, הללו שמש וירח, הללו כל כוכבי אור, הללו שמי השמיים והמים אשר מעל השמיים, והמים אשר מעל השמיים, והמים אשר מעל השמיים. יהללו את שם אדוני כי הוא ציווה ונבראו, ויעמידם לעד לעולם, חוק נתן ולא יעבור. יהללו את שם אדוני כי הוא ציווה ונבראו, ויעמידם לעד לעולם, חוק נתן לכל ראש. לך אדוני הגדולה והגבורה, והתפארת והנצח וההוד. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, לך אדוני הממלכה. והמתנשא לכל ראש. רוממו, רוממו, רוממו אדוני אלוהינו, והשתחוו לאדום רגליו קדוש הוא. רוממו, רוממו, רוממו אדוני אלוהינו, והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו, כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו, רוממו, רוממו אדוני אלוהינו, והשתחוו לאדום רגליו קדוש הוא. רוממו, רוממו, רוממו אדוני אלוהינו, והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו, 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 כי קדוש אדוני
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Hopefully everyone's doing great on this beautiful Friday evening here in Southern California. So nice to see you. So nice to see Rabbi. Shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Welcome. It's always wonderful to have you with us. And we're going to begin with a little music to get us going. We're going to sing L'chadodi, Shalom Alechem, which is on page 24 if you have a Siddur at home. And I'm going to share it with you here if you're following along on the screen. And take a deep breath as we welcome Shabbat. Try to be present here in our virtual community. We are so glad that you're with us. Shalom Alechem.
A little bit of a homegrown melody here. Ya-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da-da, ya-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da-da-da-da. Shalom Alechem Malachei Hasharet, Malchei, Malchei, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech, Mimelech, Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Bochem L'Shalom Malchei HaShalom Malchei 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 Elyon Mimelech Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Baruch Hu L'Shalom Malchei HaShalom Malchei 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 Elyon Mimelech Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yadadai with me. Yadadai-dai-dai. Yadadai-dai-dai-dai. Yadadai-dai-dai-dai. Dai-dai-dai. Yadadai-dai-dai. Yadadai-dai-dai-dai. Yadadai-dai-dai-dai. Dai-dai-dai. Tzedchem L'Shalom Malchei HaShalom Malchei 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 Elyon Mimelech Mimelech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Last time together. Yadadai-dai-dai. Yai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Dai-dai-dai. Yada-dai-dai-dai. Yai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Dai-dai-dai.
We're now going to bless our Shabbat lights, and you can see them right there over Cantor Paul's shoulder as we bring the light of Shabbat into our homes.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
On this Shabbat, we celebrate the Bat Mitzvah. Tomorrow, we'll be celebrating the Bat Mitzvah of Zoe. And we're so happy that you're here with us tonight and you're bringing in the light in your own home in Florencia. So Shabbat Shalom. Go ahead.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right. And we are going to take a few moments to reflect on the week that has been, to think back on the last week, to go back to Shabbat and spend a moment there, and on each day on its blessings and on its challenges. And then we'll take another deep breath and join in L'Chadodi. If you have a book at home, it will be on pages 20 and 21 in the Shabbat book. A deep breath. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we get to verse 9, you can face the door of your home to welcome the Shabbat presence into your home and into your heart.
Here's a melody from Nava Tehillah in Yerushalayim. Actually, yes, Yerushalayim. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla. Shamor v'zachor b'libur echan, Ishmianu el hamyuchan, Adonai echan, Ushmo echan, L'shem ultiferet, V'lid chila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor habracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof maaseh b'maksheva techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla. Hitoreri, hitoreri, Kiva orech, Umi ori, uri, uri, Shiraberi, Kevod Adonai, Alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla. Voi v'shalom, Ateret bala, Gam v'simcha uv'tzola, Toch emunei am segula, Voi chala, Voi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabla.
We'll continue with Chatzi Kaddish. I'm going to ask Zoe to turn on her camera and microphone and to help lead us.
What's the page?
In your book, I'm not sure, but hold on, let me tell you. It is 144 in your book.
Nice. 144. I'm sorry. Okay. Found it.
Go for it.
Yitkada ve'yitkada shemei rabba ve'alma divra kirute ve'amlich malchute v'chayachon avyom echon u'chayedekol be'Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'imeru amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevarach ne'lamul al me'almayam Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei dekidusha v'rehu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbecha tavanechem atadam yiran ve'alma ve'meru. Amen.
Thank you, Zoe. Don't turn off yet. I'm going to ask you to just read the Baruch Hu in Hebrew and English. I invite everybody at home to rise in body or in spirit. Go ahead, Zoe. Next page.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvarach, Baruch Adonai Hamvarach L'olam Va'ed.
English.
Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever.
Thank you.
Yada die die die, 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 yada die die die. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening, God, to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Le'olam Va'ed. Yada dai dai dai, 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 dai 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 dai. Rabbi, you're muted.
Last three lines in the Hebrew. If you have a Shabbat Siddur at home, it's on page 30.
El Chai v'Kayam, Tamidim L'Chaleinu L'Olam Va'en, Baruch Ata Adonai, Amariv, Aravi.
Amen. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Atasir mimenu leolamim, Baruch Ata Adonai, Oevamo Israel. Rabbi, please unmute yourself.
Zoe, I'm going to ask you to come back on and read Shema in Hebrew and in English, just reading, and it's on page 152 and 153 in your book. We are on page 34 and 35.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivud Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Hero Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Vahen. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Vahen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We are on page 36 in our book. Zoe's going to lead us in Ve'ahavta, and it's on 154 in your book, Zoe.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשופטך ובגלומך וקשרתם מאוד על ידך היו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem, Emet.
Thank you, Zoe. We're going to continue with Micha Mocha, our song of freedom, as we approach this week Pesach. We are now just 1 week away. As we end Shabbat this week, we will be exactly a week away from welcoming our festival of freedom. And each time we gather to pray in the morning or in the evening, we cross that sea once again on our journey to freedom.
Mi kamocha, bailim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osei feleh. Mi kamocha, bailim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osei feleh. Malchutcha ra'u v'anecha v'keyam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Ze Eli anu ve'amru Adonai imlok le'olam va'ed Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osei feleh nora tehilot osei feleh nora tehilot osei feleh. Sorry, Rabbi, we can't hear you.
We turn to Hashkivenu. We ask the Holy One to watch over us and to protect us, to let us lay down with a sense of shalom, of wholeness and of peace, and wake up each day l'chaim with a sense of purpose, of a sense of vitality, a sense of gratitude each day.
So we're just going to use the opening lines as a bit of a chant, using the most ancient name of God, Yah. Hashkivenu Ya Eloheinu Shalom. Hashkivenu Ya Eloheinu Shalom. Now the third line. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Back to the top. Hashkivenu ya Eloheinu shalom. Hashkivenu ya Eloheinu shalom. 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 Last 6 lines. Ushmor tzetenu voenu lechaim Shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu. Haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
We give thanks for Shabbat. Join in singing Vishamru, page 44.
Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasur et HaShabbat Lidorotam berit olam. Ve'ni u'vein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam, Oti le'olam, Oti le'olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasur et HaShabbat Lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat lasur et hashabat lidorotam berit olam. Uviyom hashvi shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat lasur et hashabat lidorotam berit olam.
We continue with our Amidah. Ask people to rise in body or in spirit, and ask Zoe to lead us in the introductory verse here, and then our Avot V'Imahot prayer and our Givorot prayer.
Adonai sefatai tiftach uvi agitah. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor Mehanara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, Bezocher Chasdei Avot Beimaho, Umevi Geula Libnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atagi Borla Lamadonai, Mechaye Hakometim, Mechaye Hakolata, Rab Lehashia, Moshiach Harua, Umarid Hagashem, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Zomech Noflim Verafech Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umakaye Emunato Lishene Abar Michamo Chabal Gabaru Umido Melech Melech Mimi Umakaye Umatzvi Akashua Venemanata Venemanata Lachai Hakol Baruch Atah Adonai Mechaye Hakol.
Page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Hu Shmo.
Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
Please take a few moments for silent prayer for the text of your own heart. And then we will have an offering from musical offering from Dr. Randy Polivoy.
Shabbat Shalom to everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Dr. Polivoy.
I'm Rabbi. I'm going to play this evening a piece called Samachti Be'omrim Li. It's a piece I became acquainted with again through the TBI choir some time ago, and it was written by the composer Charles Osborne. Very esteemed composer, singer, conductor, and the piece was intended as a kind of theme song for the Cantors Assembly back in 1996, about 25 years ago, which was held in Jerusalem, honoring the 2000th anniversary of the founding of the city of David. So quite a momentous occasion. Needless to say, the song took off in popularity to the point where it has become almost a signature piece for the composer. And Osborne's text for the song were selected from various verses from Psalm 122, which are as follows. Let me read them, a little bit of a translation to you. I rejoice when they said to me, let us go up to the house of God. Now we stand within your gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem built to be a city where people come together as one. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. For the sake of my people, my friends, I pray you find peace. For the sake of the house of Adonai, our God, I will seek your good. So I myself have kind of selectively arranged the piece so that you will hear three different sounds for this tune. First, you'll hear a kind of wordless choir. Number two, you'll hear the piano. And number three, you will hear the harpsichord. This is Samakti Be'omrim Li by Charles Osborne.
Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This Shabbat, we begin a new book of our Torah, Vayikra, Leviticus, and it is a book that describes in great and sometimes in gory detail the rules for the different sacrifices that were offered on the altar in ancient days. There is a lesson, a broad lesson of this Torah portion and of the book of Leviticus as a whole. It's not the part of the Torah that you know stories of, because it's not storytelling like we're getting ready to tell much of the book of Exodus and our Passover Seders or the stories of creation in Genesis and Bereshit. And here, there's a lesson that's a broader one, which is that we grow close to things by sacrificing something for them. In our Torah, it's about offering the best of what we have to God in an effort to draw close to God. But the truth is, we learn through living in this world that the way to achieve anything worthwhile is by sacrifice. There are lots of examples of this truth. I'll name a few. You could take the world of music. There is a story that's told about Isaac Stern, and I don't know if it's a true story or an apocryphal one, but someone came up to him at a reception and said, "You play wonderfully, Mr. Stern. I would give anything if I could play as well as you do." And Stern answered, "Really? Would you give 12 hours a day?" Because that's what it takes. Genius helps, talent helps, but genius and talent alone are not enough. It takes genius and talent plus practice, daily practice, constant practice, unending practice in order to make a great musician. I've heard people tell me before that our musicians who practice every day, that if they skip a day, they can tell. And if they skip a couple days, other people can tell, because it takes that work. And what is true about art and music is true of every other aspect of life. Consider being a parent. Being a parent takes a lot of sacrifice. There's a traditional term used in some parts of the Talmud about raising children, sa'ar gidul banim, the pain of raising children, because that is a part of it. Anyone who's not prepared for the challenges and the pain cannot have the joy and the reward that comes with parenting. And so it is with sharing your life with a partner. We think sometimes that it's all about finding the right mate, that is only the first half. That's only the first half of the job. The other half is being a good partner. And that takes work. When I bless a couple on the Bima who are celebrating their 50th or 60th or other special wedding anniversaries, I always know, and when I have conversations, I know that with them that they've made it to this milestone and they've been able to create a happy relationship because they have been devoted to each other and constant dedication. And they always tell me, hey, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. There are sacrifices needed along the way, worthwhile, with great payoff, but hard work along the way. And so it is with synagogues as well. Once I was on a trip and I visited a large synagogue and took a tour. The guide showed me the elegant balcony. And I asked, how is this balcony supported? The guide answered, by very large contributions. And he was right. This synagogue and every other is supported by large contributions, not just of money, but of time and strength and love and work. That's what keeps it going. If people were not willing to sacrifice, our synagogue and every other institution of Jewish life would simply not exist. And so it is with the rest of Jewish life. Many of our grandparents often spoke about making Shabbos, making Shabbat, or making Pesach, Passover. Maybe that was some of the translation from other languages, but I think perhaps they also understood that these things don't just happen. They come about because of hard work and sacrifice. There's a paragraph in the writings of Rabbi Abba Hillel Silver that I read in something that Rabbi Jack Raymer wrote. He wrote, no religion is worth its salt which does not make demands upon its adherents. Too many of our people seem to want an easygoing religion, one that's not interfere with their leisure or their sleep, one which calls for no duties, no study, no observance, no discipline, one which does not challenge or disturb them, a religion without any spiritual travail, without any stab of conscience or bite or judgment in it, a religion for a self-pampered, indulgent people. No religion has ever survived for long in that kind of climate. Least of all could Judaism. Everything that adds meaning and purpose to our life, everything, our friendships, our relationships with our partners, with our children, with the institutions that we most care about, with our jobs, everything takes sacrifice, takes work. And we're now coming toward the whole stretch of the most observed holiday in Jewish life. happens to be a holiday that takes some of the most sacrifice of time and of effort. It's also a holiday, of course, that gives us some of the most joy, the most love, and the most pleasure, even in these virtual days. Although we look certainly with great anticipation to being able to be in person a year from now. The two are connected: sacrifice and love and joy and pleasure. The book of Vayikra teaches us that the willingness to work and the willingness to sacrifice are at the center of building a life of meaning and of purpose. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and may you have a Shabbat of renewal and a Shabbat of peace. We're now going to turn to our prayers for healing. I'm going to share the Siddur with you once again. And of course, while I will read the names that are on our congregational list, please feel free to put names in the chat of people who you're thinking about, people who are important in your life, who you are thinking about at this time.
O Holy One, who blessed our mothers, who blessed our fathers from ancient days, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yimalei Rachamim Aleihem. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their name.
We ask for blessings upon Rebecca Gilman, Bela Pasternak, Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Toback, Alicia Goldfarb, Paula Steinbach, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Gabrielle Silton, Pam Poliakoff, Connie Shapiro, Kathy Blumenfeld, Gloria Austin, Caitlin Antrim, Judith Bosworth, Kathy Brewster, Stephanie Holland, Jennifer Rudin, Susan Brewer, Charity Razaday, Ed Ansel, Marion Snyders, Kimberly Zimmerman, Lori Snyder, Brad Holland, Isley Holland, Mike Klein, Beatrice Caden, Meg Silton, Henry Gerard, Kirby Perkins, Brenda Found Gerard, Serena Postal, Nancy Brewster, Bobby Kay, Dan Ione, Bonnie Stead, Marilyn Freeman, Robert Strober, Ava Bespris, Marilyn Lubarski, Joe Kummerman, Shar Alpert, Carol Sage, Flo Cohen, Ira Quatcher, Ellery Einstein, Ken Mitchell, Michael Litton, Patricia Kramer, Joey Kubel, and Arnie Roth.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yimalei Rachamim Aleihem. Oh, bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names.
I'd like to invite Phil Mendelson, representing our Board of Trustees, to share some announcements with all of you.
Thank you very much, Rabbi and Cantor Bush. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and Mazel Tov to Zoe and your family on your bar mitzvah, on your bat mitzvah, excuse me. Coming up in a couple of months, from May 17th through the 23rd, we're going to be conducting another online auction, since we're still not in a position to do that live. And as you asked last year, that will culminate in a virtual live auction event on Sunday evening, May 23rd. We need your donations of goods or services to make this event the success that it was last year. So watch for more information in your weekly e-blast and on the TBI website, which will also include a link to register your donation online. And then the following month, we have scheduled the TBI Car Show, which was last held in 2017. It is scheduled to take place June 13th, subject to the COVID situation at that time. This will be a fun day outdoors in the TBI parking lot. We already have a number of cars signed up to show themselves off. And for that event, we are in need of sponsors. So again, check your weekly e-blast for more information and links to the Car Show website where you can register your car, if you have one to show, or as a sponsor or a vendor. Insights and options for more meaningful Passover. Tuesday, March 23rd with Rabbi Jonathan Kupetz and Cantor Paul Bush. That's at 7:15 p.m. via Zoom. Coming Home, Jewish Immigration to Israel, in preparation for Israel Independence Day, April 15th, 2021. Professor Gary Gilbert explores how Jews came to the land, built cities, and made the desert bloom. The series will also examine the challenges faced by immigrants and how immigrants from around the world changed the nature of Israeli society. That's on Wednesdays, March 31st, April 7th, and April 14th at 7:15 to 8:30 p.m. again via Zoom. And as always, check out your weekly e-blast for more information and for those links. Tomorrow, March 20th, Torah study via Zoom, led by Mikey Ryan, 9:30 to 11 a.m. Again, meeting credentials can be found in your e-blast. And tomorrow again, the bat mitzvah of Zoe Abergel at 10 a.m. Sunday through Friday, March 21st through 26th, the Mitzvah Week Food Drive and Chametz collection. To contribute your Chametz and other non-perishable food, bring them to Deborah Gould at the TBI office from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sunday, March 21st to Friday, March 26th. She'll be collecting chametz for compost and new food items for donation. And if you need to reach her, I don't want to give out a number. It's going to be hard to copy down. So again, you can look at your e-blast for more information and contact info. Next Friday, March 26th, Family Shabbat at 6:30 on the TBI Facebook page, and Erev Shabbat service at 7:30 p.m. on the Facebook page and YouTube. Sunday, March 28th, the first day of Pesach, Tefillah on Zoom at 10 a.m., and then a virtual congregational Seder on Zoom at 6 p.m., and that's open to the community. And that is what I have.
Thank you, Phil. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'd just like to add two quick things. First, that Havdalah is moving because of daylight savings. So tomorrow's Havdalah is at 7:30. It's been at 6:45, so it's at 7:30 if you're joining us. And then, of course, please register for our second night Seder, our Seder for next Sunday night, not 2 days from now, but a week from then, so that we know that you're coming and we can prepare and give out some readings and things like that, have people participate. So the link for the registration is in the congregational email that came out yesterday. Please go there ASAP if you're going to be joining us next week, and you can register. And we'd love to have you. And if you have friends that would like to join us, you can do that as well. We actually have don't have capacity limits that we had last year. We have a higher Zoom plan. So we can accommodate really whoever would like to join us. So we'd love to have you. Cantor Paul, anything else you want to add?
I want to add two quick things. One is regarding the mitzvah week. There are also tangible items that are being sought by our three partners this year, the three organizations that we're supporting. If you go to the email, there's a link to the website that will give you all of that information. And also this year, immediately following Passover week, is the week that we observe Yom HaShoah. For our congregational observance this year, we are joining together with our partners in the Jewish Federation, as well as Congregation Emmanuel in Redlands, to present a program on Monday evening, April 5th. And again, there is information in the Kehila. Information will be up on our website. It's certainly at the Federation. It will be on Zoom, and we invite everyone to join us for a dramatic presentation, as well as music from a number of area cantors and synagogue musicians, including me. So I hope you'll join us for that as well. Monday the 5th.
Thank you, Cantor Paul. And we now turn to Aleinu L'Shabeach. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit.
Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol, L'Teit Gedula Le'otzer Breshit, Shelo Asanu Kegoyei HaRatzot, Velo Samanu Kemishpachot Hadama, Shelo Samrel Kenu Kahem, Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, Vanachnu Korim, Umishtachavim Umodim, Lifnei Malach, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz, Bayom Ahu yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad. Rabbi, there was one other thing that I think deserves mentioning, and that is also tomorrow morning is our Leiled Minyan. That's also on Zoom, and the links to that are in our congregational email as well. But Rabbi Rachel Axelrod has been leading that for a number of years now, and it's well worth checking out. I believe it begins at 10:30 a.m.
Thank you, Cantor Paul. So we take a moment now to turn our thoughts to all of those who have been important in our lives and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. And while I will read the communal list of the congregation of our recent deaths and yortzites, again, please feel free to mention those who you're thinking about in the chat. We remember the recent deaths of Gary Sachs, brother of Sharon Sachs Regalado, Irma Singer, aunt of Marilyn Lubarsky, Deanna Kaufman, wife of Isaac, mother of Amir, Erez, Elon, and Oren, Douglas Austin, husband of Liz Fields, father of Hannah and Lexi Fields Austin. Remember the yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Ilana Belenkoff, Joanne Frazier, Jacob Goldstein, Gertrude M. Guevara, May Kagan, Miriam Siegel, Molly Sofier, Adele Kagan, Anna Savage, Dave Sudar, Bart Weiss, Barbara Kahn, Mildred Eli, Rose Marks, Fanny Adler, Jerry Adler, Sherman Babcock, Morris Getty, Mary Ginsburg, Paul Gutman, Anna Hirsch, Sylvia Carr, Helen Kramer, Mary Lipiloff, Alex Novak, Ida Rubenstein, Harry Shack, William Swede, Ruth Tashman, Arthur Teague, Florence Tobias, Philip Cohn, David Engel, Barney Grossman, Erwin Solitzer, Dario Vatkin, Nancy Weinreb, Leonard Beasy, Shirley Bryn, Betty Clodfelter, Frida Deutsch, Alice Eckstein, Raymond Goodman, Louis Kerber, Norma Pass, Jerry Pruitt, Charles George Genis, Adeline Addie Goodman, John Tav, and Benjamin Tobias. We add all of those who are in your hearts, and we join in the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
V'alma divrach hirute, v'amlich malchute, v'chayachon u'v'yomachon, u'chaye decho Beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kari v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei dekudusha brichu
Brichu.
le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushpechata v'nechemata da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories always be a blessing. And we conclude with Biado.
Be'ado av kiduchi, Ein ishan ve'a'ira, Ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira, Ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hand. Be'ado av kiduchi, ve'edishan ve'a'ira, ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo yara, ve'im ruchi geviati, Adonai li ve'lo ira.
Shabbat Shalom. Please join us for Kiddush and Motzi. If you've got some juice or wine there, please grab it, and we will join in our blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikraya kodesh zachar letziat mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ושבת קודשך ואהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Chaim.
L'chaim. Now, if you have a little challah, you can grab a little challah. Got a slice here of challah. Come on, Cantor Paul.
Sorry, it's very important I keep it fresh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. May you have a Shabbat of renewal and of peace. See you soon. Lehitraot.
Shabbat shalom, the heat everybody.